So let's talk some good, bad matchups today in Major League Baseball. Tyler Stevenson, he's 3 for 5 with a homer against Cal Quantrill. Jose Iglesias hitting .357 with 2 doubles and a homer against Eduardo Rodriguez. CJ Abrams hitting .385 with a home run against Michaelis. You could, if you like overly juiced props, I don't, but CJ Abrams over his hits, runs, and RBI has hit in 9 of 12 against the Cards, 5 of 7 at home. Overall, in the last 10 games, Abrams is averaging 2 hits, runs, and RBI, going over in 70% of his last 10. Travis d'Arnaud hitting .450 against Patrick Corbin. Corbin Carroll, 5 for 10 with 3 doubles against Randy Vasquez. Carroll, if you took him over half a run at -140, he's hit in 8 of 10 in San Diego. It's also cashed in 60% of Carroll's last 20 road games. Some bad matchups. Luis Garcia Jr., he's hitting .143, 2 for 14 against Miles Michaelis. If you take his under 1.5 total bases, it's cashed in 4 of Garcia's last 5 road games. Against St. Louis this season, the under's cashed in 7 of 11. Jorge Soler, he's 2 for 21 with 6 strikeouts against Patrick Corbin. If you take his under, it's very juiced at -160 for total bases, but it's hit in 69% of games this season, 7 of the last 10 at home. K-props to watch. I know that Jim Sanis is on the other side of this than me. I don't like betting high K-props to begin with. However, when looking at the last few pitchers to face this Athletics team, Shane Baz had 11. Ryan Pepio had 9. Will Warren, Clark Schmidt, and Bryce Elder had 7. If those pitchers can put up those numbers against the A's, Spencer Strider should have 10 strikeouts tonight. Again, it was very juiced this morning, -150 over 7.5. Then it was +1 something. I think it was like +106, +110, +105 for the over 8.5 Ks if you wanted Spencer Strider on 8.5. Just would be crazy. He'd have to really be smashed tonight, like some of you guys think, if he were to not hit this. JP Sears on the other side. I don't know if you're going to get the -138 this morning. And I'm going to tell you a little story about just placing bets when you like them. I said this on VSiN today, so if you listen to VSiN today, I'm sorry. But so I'm doing the newsletter this morning. I always get through the whole newsletter because my goal is really to get the newsletter out to the premium subscribers in the morning instead of placing my bets, because that also takes me some time to shop lines. And I do that anyway through the newsletter, shopping lines at Pickett Sports to make sure that I get the best possible lines and I tell you them. This morning, I'm finishing the newsletter and I'm like, oh, I really like JP Sears, but let me just get through the entire newsletter so I know for sure if that's the one I want to bet or if I want to bet something else. By the time I go through the entire newsletter and I go back to bet JP Sears because I realize it's my favorite bet on the newsletter, it's juiced to like -175. So I'm pissed because I missed it. And I'm fully honest with you that I missed the boat. It is still my favorite play of the day, and I have to go check on Pickett if it's available and if the juice dropped. But if it's -145 or less, I would take JP Sears over 3.5 Ks. He's gone over this in 7 of 11 starts against high K rate lineups against lefties. Southpaw starters, 13 of the 21 to face the A's went over, averaging 5.6 Ks a game. Sorry, against the Braves. 8 of the last 10 lefties to start against Atlanta had at least 4 strikeouts. So I love the over 3.5 Ks for JP Sears tonight. I was on the same side of this with Jim Sanis for Patrick Corbin over 4.5 strikeouts at +106. I'm not going to bet it because I don't like to bet the same thing twice. And I know that this was only his second start of the year against the Angels where Corbin had 6 Ks. If you don't mind that like I do, and I'm not saying it always loses, but I'm just saying I'm not going to bet it. But the numbers tell you that Corbin should go over 4.5 Ks. 12 of the 16 lefties to face the A's went over 4.5 Ks, averaging 6.2 strikeouts to start. 7 of the last 10 lefties to face the Angels went over 4.5 strikeouts. And it's plus money. So if you want that, go for it. Eduardo Rodriguez under 4.5 Ks. He's faced 2 low K rate teams this year. He had 1 against the Mets and 4 against the Jays. Both were on the road, just like he's on the road tonight. Erod, he had just 3 strikeouts in 4 2/3 last season against the Padres. Lefty starters, I keep getting a tickle in my throat today. 1 second. Hopefully I survive. Lefty starters are 11-17 over under their K-prop, averaging 4.3 strikeouts to start against the Padres this season. 6 of the last 10 lefties have gone under 4.5 Ks against San Diego. Erod on the road against the low K rate team. I will take the under. I have water. I've been on for 2 hours. Decent before this, and I have a post-nasal drip. I sound fine, but and I feel fine, but when you get that tickle in your throat, oh, it sucks. My -150 Fanatics best on Sears, that sucks, but do what you gotta do. These are the pitcher props, powered by props.cash. These are the two that if you use props.cash, you would see that they like it to happen, and if you cross-reference it with the propqueen.com props. If you cross-reference it with the pitcher prop spreadsheet on the propqueen.com, you would see that both of these are very correlated. Michael Soroka under 17.5 outs. It's cashed in 6 of 7 road starts for him this season. Starters are averaging 17 outs a game against the Cardinals this year. Jack Kanowitz under 6.5 hits allowed. He's gone under this in 5 of 8 home starts this season, averaging 6 hits per start allowed at home. And the Rangers are averaging 4.9 hits per game against starters, with 7 of the last 10 going under 6.5. There were a lot of 6-hit games for Texas, so the key number here is 6.5 for the under. Hitter props, which Soto we already mentioned. Oh my God, I misspelled Judge. This is what happens when you rush. Judge, not Juge. Judge. Wow, I'm embarrassed. Aaron Judge over his hits, runs, and RBI. Judge has gone over this prop in 5 of 6 games at home against the Mariners this season. He's 3 for 8 with 2 singles and 1 double against the Mariners right-hander Brian Wu. He's hitting .310 against Seattle in his career. When Judge is at home at night against a right-hander, he's gone over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI in 64% of games. At home, Judge owns a .348 batting average. Against righties, he's hitting .363. Now, if you want to ride the Cody Bellinger hot train, he's on a 14-game hit streak, going over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI in 12 of those 14 games. Hitter props that are not in New York. Well, we already mentioned Ramirez. That game already started. James Wood over his hits, runs, and RBI. He's gone over this in 4 of 5 games this season in St. Louis. On the road, Wood's averaging 2.6 hits, runs, and RBI, going over 1.5 in 63% of games in 8 of the last 10. He's also hitting .333 in 5 career games at Busch Stadium. And then before I get to the Royal Locks of the day, I do have a couple WNBA props that I mentioned in the propqueen.com newsletter this morning. Jackie Young screwed us over in the last game. She's not doing it again. Under 22.5 points and assists. This was her first game. Her last game was the first time she even went over her points prop on the road. She's still never gone over her points and assist prop on the road. She's averaging, Jackie Young, 16 points and assists on the road this season. She's also averaging 19.7 points and assists against the Mystics this year, which drops to 17.2 when she's on the road in Washington. The Mystics allow the 4th least assists per game. 6 of the last 8 guards to face the Mystics have gone under their points and assist prop. Then as for the Washington guard, Brittany Sykes, under 20.5 points and assists. She just went over this prop in the last game against the Aces, but prior to that, went under in all 6 of their matchups. She's averaging Sykes 13.6 points and assists against Vegas this season, going under this prop in all 3 home games. 59% of guards have gone under their points and assists prop when facing the Aces, including 71% in the last 10. Those are my WNBA props for tonight. Really screwed us over. None of the props hit. Careful, Aja Wilson's out. Usage goes up for Young. Oh, that's fine. That makes sense. You're right. That could make sense. Do you go off a prop line if it moves? Sykes is now 19.5. Yeah, because it's still below her average of her average is 13.6 against Vegas. So, and guards have not been successful in this spot. So, yeah, I would say the same thing applies. But we're going now to my best bets of the day, which of course is in Major League Baseball and the strikeout prop market. So let's get to Royal Royal Locks, JP Sears over 3.5 Ks. Like I said, if you could get this for anything below minus 150, I would go for it because I missed it. He's gone over this in 7 of 11 starts against high K rate lineups against lefties. 13 of the 21 lefties to face the Braves have gone over this, averaging 5.6 strikeouts a game. 8 of the last 10 have also gone over this number against Atlanta, so I would take the over there. If you can't get that number, then go for Eduardo Rodriguez under 4.5 Ks. He's faced 2 low K rate teams this year. The Mets and the Blue Jays went under in both. He only had 3 strikeouts last year against the Padres. Lefty starters, 17 unders, just 11 overs, averaging 4.3 Ks a start against San Diego. 6 of the last 10 lefties have gone under 4.5 Ks against the Padres. So I would be looking at the under there for Eduardo Rodriguez under 4.5 Ks tonight. Marley is crying. That is sad. Let's go Padres. Broadway Wicked night at the Mystics tonight. Pickett. Yeah, everyone go to Pickett. Pickett is great. You could track all your bets there. You could track my bets there. Yes, I actually bet. You can also, my favorite part of Pickett is that you can find the best lines. So literally in the propqueen.com newsletter, all I do is look at Pickett every morning so that I can shop for the absolute best lines because that is obviously important. I still do have the giveaway too. Oh, do I do pitcher outs? Yeah, I do. I just mentioned pitcher prop outs. Michael Soroka under 17.5 outs today. That's because he's gone under this in 6 of 7 road starts, and starters were averaging just 17 outs per game against the Cardinals. So that's my favorite outs prop for tonight in Major League Baseball. A lot of the numbers that I use are on props.cash or the strikeout prop spreadsheet. Well, the MLB prop spreadsheet. But I use both. When both hit, when both say that it should hit, whether it's an under and over, is when I bet it. So you can get $10 off the first month using promo code PropQueen by going to props.cash. And I've got a guy over there who every time one of you signs up tells me your email, and you can ask Black Nate, you could ask, someone else did too. Someone else. Oh, Keith. Keith also. You could ask both of them. And I immediately granted them premium subscription to the Prop Queen newsletter. They both got the premium subscription to the newsletter this morning for free. So $10 off means it's just $9.99 for your first month of props.cash. You can see all of the charts that I've been showing you. And you can also get my analysis of it through the Prop Queen newsletter. So if you are not like me, like you would get my newsletter and be able to get JP Sears over his K prop before I did, before it got to minus 175 this morning, you have that kind of access on the Prop Queen newsletter. So go sign up to props.cash. My guy will let me know when one of you guys signs up with promo code Prop Queen, and I will make sure that you get a free month premium subscription to the Prop Queen newsletter and your $10 off of props.cash. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. No show tomorrow. I'm going to post everything on the YouTube page at Prop Queen Sports. Mid-Major Matt and I are going to discuss our favorite MLB props tomorrow on the Prop Queen Sports YouTube page. I'll make sure to post when it is available. It'll probably be available by 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I've got to actually, ironically, get to Yankee Stadium tomorrow by like 5 p.m. My friend's having her birthday there, so I have to be there at some point. But I will also be on Make It Rain tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time on VSiN. I will also have everything posted to YouTube. Good luck for your bets tonight. Thank you to Jim Sonis for your NASCAR and MLB bets. Thank you to Tom Vecchio for your MLB bets. All of it is posted to the YouTube page at Prop Queen Sports, so subscribe, like. It all really helps, and you can catch any of it if you missed it. I will speak to you guys on Monday, but you could see me tomorrow on the YouTube page.